The ATK A9 series is perhaps one of the most recognizable budget gaming mice within the aiming community, with the shape almost the exact same as the Logitech G Pro Superlight, packed with high-end specs like the 3395, all at an affordable price. So the one I'm holding right now is the ATK A9 Plus, which is the third version of the ATK A9 family. So I've been using this for a couple of months ever since I switched from the Darmstadt M3, and needless to say, it is a pretty darn good budget mouse considering its price point. So in this video, I'll be reviewing the ATK A9 Plus based on what it has to offer, as well as comparing different versions within the same family and other competitors that offer similar shapes. So as I said before, there are other versions available within the ATK A9 family. This includes ATK A9 SE, A9, A9 Plus, A9 Pro, A9 Pro Max, A9 Ultra, A9 Ultimate, Ultra Max 2.0, and their latest iteration, the ATK A9 Air. So in total, there is 9 different versions of the ATK A9. Seriously, there are so many versions of the exact same mouse that you probably can't tell a difference unless you read the specs for each version. Like, are they competing with Xiaomi for the most confusing product's name or what? I mean, it's not as bad as Xiaomi's phone lineup, but you get the point. So I will only compare the A9 Plus with A9 SE, A9 and A9 Pro. Otherwise, this video will probably be 1 hour long if I compare every single one of them, and I know you guys will probably bored the f out. Here's the A9 SE, A9, A9 Plus, and A9 Pro. All of these mouses have the exact same dimensions. The A9 SE, A9 doesn't have any coating, while the A9 Plus and A9 Pro has ice fill coating. For the sensor, the A9 SE has the 3311, A9 has the 3395 SE, and both A9 Plus and A9 Pro has the 3395. So for the MCU, the A9 SE, A9, and A9 Plus has the high silicon Neuralink, which I'll talk about later on in this video, and the A9 Pro has the Pixar flagship MCU. All of the mouses will have the exact same transmission technology, with A9 SE, A9, and A9 Plus has the wired 1K and wireless 1K, while the A9 Pro allows you to have wired of 1K and a wireless of 8K. For the battery, the A9 SE and A9 has the 500 mAh battery, while the A9 Pro also has a 500 mAh battery, while A9 Plus has the 800 mAh battery. So as advertised, the A9 SE and A9 has 120 hours with the Neuralink connection, and then the A9 Plus has 240 hours with Neuralink connections, and A9 Pro has 150 hours. For the weight, the A9 SE, A9, A9 Pro has the exact same 53 grams with a margin of error of around 3 grams, while A9 Plus has 57 grams with a margin of error at 3 grams. For the switch, the A9 SE and A9 has the Huano Blue Glow V2 switch, A9 Plus has the Huano Iceberry Pink Dot, while the A9 Pro has the Armor Optical. For the side switch, all of them uses the Huano switches. For the scroll wheel, the A9 SE, A9, and A9 Plus has the F switch E10, while A9 Pro uses the TTC Gold. So in the box includes like 1K polymer dongle, a black braided data cable, a white grip tape. If you ever wonder why it looks so disgusting, that's because I already applied this on the mouse before. In fact, I think some of you did call me out for having a dirty mouse, and I do agree it looks extremely disgusting. So I pretty much just removed it. Plus, it didn't really affect me that much since I played the exact same anyway, so no big deal. Other than that, there's your usual manual and warranty card, and I think that's it. They do not include the dongle extender, so you need to source it elsewhere. So what I'm using right now is my old Darmstadt M3's dongle extender. Okay, so for the mouse case, they are extremely normal if you just use like a cloth pad. But if you use a glass pad, it makes it extremely scratchy. So since I use like a glass pad, I switched the stock skates into the Westlab orange dot skates. The shape is essentially a clone of Logitech Superlight. It has pretty much similar design. The hump itself looks almost the exact same. There's a bit of curve that's also in the Superlight. At the top, there's a light indicator that shows which of the 3 you have connected, and also acts as a battery indicator. So at the bottom, there's a DPI switch, a switch that switches between 2.4 GHz Bluetooth and wired, and a slot to store the 2.4 GHz dongle. So for context, my hand is measured around 18 centimeters times 8.7 centimeters, so like a medium-sized hand. And from my point of view, you can easily palm it, claw, and finger tipping the mouse easily. But honestly, I feel like the mouse is more for claw and fingertip grip users, because it kind of feels weird to palm gripping it. But honestly, it's my personal take due to my hand size and grips, so your mileage may vary. So as of the build quality, ATK claims to have an ice feel coating. The gripping on it feels fine, it's quite smooth, and even without like the grip taste, you can grip it just fine. But it is quite a fingerprint magnet. but only visible if you shine a light on it. So even though the entire shell is plastic, its build is quite sturdy, but there's a little bit creaky when you squeeze it. Okay, so the mouse buttons are a bit loose, so overall the build quality is pretty good for a budget mouse. So as of the clicks, the ATK A9 Plus uses the Huano Iceberry pink dots. For the latency, it's quite responsive. There's nothing like lagging or something. For the scroll wheel, the mouse uses the F switch A10, so the exterior uses like a sort of a rubberized materials. Okay, so it feels good and sturdy. The side buttons are solid, but they're not extremely distracting enough and has a little bit of a travel. Now, let's talk about connectivity performance, which I am curious about since the mouse uses the high silicon Neuralink as the microcontroller unit via a dongle or Bluetooth with a polling rate of 1 kHz. If you didn't know, which I won't blame you because nobody heard of this before, High Silicon is a Chinese fabless semiconductor company that is owned by Huawei. You might have known them for their Kirin ARM processors for Huawei and Honor phones before Honor was sold off to other companies on November 2022, and you might have known them for getting banned by the US in 2019. So in this case, the Neuralink is just High Silicon's version of short-range wireless transmission. Think of it like combining both the pros of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi into one. So according to Huawei, the Neuralink claims to have 60% lower power consumption, 6 times higher speed, 1/30th of delay, and 10 times higher number of network connections. From my own testing, the polling rate does run at 1000 Hz via 2.4 GHz dongle. So on the gaming side, I honestly can't tell if there's any lag at all, even if you compare it to other microcontroller units like the Nordics or Pixar flagships. As of the mouse's weight, it was advertised as 57 grams with a margin of error around 3 grams. Normally, I would use something like a digital scale to check if the weight was accurate. Unfortunately, I don't own one, so I couldn't really test it. But what I can say is that it is a light mouse. I can flick and track it effortlessly without killing my arms so much. So in comparison, the ATK A9 SE and the base A9 are lighter at 53 grams with a margin of error around 3 grams. This is largely due to the smaller battery in both of these mouses. So on this mouse, it uses like 800 mAh battery. It was advertised as lasting around 240 hours of playtime with 1K polling rate on Neuralink connection. From my testing, this is largely accurate as the mouse lasted me around 2 to 3 weeks before charging it. Okay, this is ATK V Hub. This is a software that you can use to customize your mouse buttons, the specs itself, and also change the DPI. So if you plan to use the ATK V Hub, you need to go through their ATK website at the ATK Hub. So from here, it says like you need to access, actually you don't need to, you can just open the document directly and then just press and then just click the download button. For the software, you can go through the key remap to map out like what button do you want to remap it. The DPI, you can change DPI through here. Here's the performance settings. You can change the polling rate from 125 to 1K. You can enable like a motion sync, line correction, ripple correction, ATK shock firmware, which theoretically reduces like a delay of 0.125 millisecond and a key delay as low as 0.399 millisecond. You can adjust the LOD lift height, the sleep time, which the mouse enables like a sleep mode after like inactivity for a set period, debounce delay. For the other settings, these are just telling you like what are the mouse's firmware, pair like the receiver for the 4K and 2.4 GHz dongles, and also here you can factory reset in case like it goes haywire. And also here's the preview appearance to show what are the mouse colors that you have. So here's the black, white, and the rose red. Okay, so here is the web driver. If you're using a Firefox or any Firefox 4 browsers, unfortunately you cannot use it due to compatibility issues. So you have to use Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge browser. Here's the web driver itself. You can add a new device if you have any ATK branded mouse, keyboard, or headphones. So access it. Here's the where you can access your device, your onboard configuration profiles, the remap settings to remap the buttons. Here's the macro settings to create like a new macro for your mouse buttons. The DPI, here's the DPI settings to change your DPI. The performance settings here, you can change your polling rate and the sensor sampling rate. Parameter settings allows you to access to the mobile synchronization, straight line correction, ripple correction, the key debounce delay, sleep height settings, and the LOD height adjustment. As for the configuration management, here you can also create like a batch operations. Here you can import your config and you can create your custom configuration through here. From the other settings, you can access your receiver and mouse firmware version through here. Here's the pair receiver to pair your 2.4 or 4K dongle. factory reset button in case your mouse starts to go haywire, and also the product appearance preview to showcase your mouse colors. So here's the black, white, and rose red. So as of the pricing, the ATK A9 Plus starts at around $39. So in comparison, the A9 SE costs around $24, A9 costs around $30, while the A9 Pro costs around $55. To compare the A9 Plus, I'll be using like the A7 V2 Pro. So the V2 Pro costs around $52, and the mouse almost has the exact same specs, but the difference is that it weighs around 59 grams, 500 milliamp hour battery, and it uses 8K poly for both wired and wireless. The other option is the ATK X3, so similar specs, similar dimensions, similar shape. The difference is that the ATK X3 is 49 grams lighter, BK3633 as the microcontroller unit, 80 million clicks, so I assume is somewhat related to the Huano switches, and 200 hours of battery life. It costs around $32 on sale, while the regular price starts from $40. To conclude this video, if you are one of the people that are ex-users of G Pro Superlight, unsure of what mouse shape that fits your hand, or you just want the safest shape possible, then this mouse is for you. So I guess that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again on my next video.